You've got questions?
We've got answers.
Tune in Tuesdays at noon on Facebook Live and Insta Live, where we will be hosting a variety of subjects with our community experts.
Hi everyone, it's Jillian, and join me this Tuesday at noon where I'm going to be taking your questions and talking about ways to really kind of break out of what we call the beauty blahs.
See you there.
You're feeling healthy, you're thriving, and hello everyone, it's Michelle and Jillian, and welcome to Tip Tuesday. So we have a very special guest today. It's the Sexy Survivor edition, which means Jillian is going to be saying all things beauty for us today with our resident expert, Jillian Rizzo, and she's going to walk us through some tips, easy tips to beat the beauty blahs. I don't know where you are today, but we're in New Jersey and it is gray sky day. So hence I'm wearing pink to brighten my mood. Now, before we get to Jillian, I wanted to remind you of some of the promotions that we have going for the month of October in ways to shop for our cause and support beautiful self. First and foremost, the Sexiest Beauty is giving beautiful self $10 off of from every purchase. So that's every product purchase. So if you purchase a lipstick, $10 goes to beautiful self. Thank you, Heather Fink from the Sexiest Beauty. We love you and we really appreciate your support. Also, Kaliata Jewelry. Every purchase that you make from her beautiful Intention collection, which is these gorgeous bracelets, beautiful self receives 20% of that purchase, and she donates to a survivor another bracelet. So you can pay it forward. And then also Pixie Lane, Stacy Bolin is the representative of Pixie Lane leggings. Okay, I have them on today. Check these babies out.
Ooh, girl! Give us some booty. Give us some booty. You're so tiny. Give us some booty.
Love it.
Nothing for nothing, Michelle. Those really popped your booty up.
They pop my booty. They've got tummy control, which is awesome. This is an awesome print. And I have the medium on, and they are way long enough. Super comfortable. Super comfortable. They have a great fabric, awesome print, and 30% of every purchase comes back to beautiful self, which is awesome. So you're supporting breast cancer, you're supporting beautiful self, and you're supporting your butt.
Yeah, well, please.
Bonus. And then, of course, if you shop on Amazon, please consider signing up for Amazon Smile and choosing us as your charity, because then every purchase, a percentage of that comes back to beautiful self. All of this is on our website, all of our social links, and you can definitely help our cause because we appreciate every little bit. So thank you. Thank you so much. Now, without further ado, let's ask Jillian how to beat the blahs of winter and fall and Christmas.
Blahs of Christmas.
Sorry. I'm off the rails. I should have left my rollers in.
It's all good.
I'm thinking shopping. When I think Amazon, I think holidays.
Yeah, of course. No, it's all good. It's all good. I know what you meant. You meant just the beauty blahs.
The beauty blahs.
Yeah, no, I get it. And the reason I'm really excited to do this today too is because I am definitely in a blah. It's allergies, and allergies make you feel like you're sick, and I'm not sick. I just feel blah. So I'm happy to talk about this. Basically, you know, as survivors and fighters, we're constantly trying to break out of the beauty blahs anyway. We're trying to figure out who we are and where we stand in ourselves as we are fighting and in recovery. So, you know, I tell everyone, I did it, I still do it, and it works. I tell everyone who's struggling with either their own beauty identity or looking for new ways to feel, you know, break out of a rut, is to create a fun vision board. Put yourself at the center of it, put a picture of yourself at the center of it, and then build around it. What's some jewelry that you would like to wear? What does the fashion look like that you would like to wear? What about different haircuts that you'd like to try? What does the actual makeup look like? Like my beauty board has things on it like Jean Seberg from the 1960s from Breathless. I love the t-shirt, the short hair, always inspiration for me. I love Kristen Stewart. Yes, she's, 30 years younger than me, but I love her whole t-shirt and jean vibe. So I put up all these things that make me feel good and that I want to try and that make me comfortable. And then you have to go in and try those things. You have to say, well, today I'm going to try this. Today I'm going to try that. So number one, make a vision board, because it's definitely going to break you out of a beauty rut or a beauty routine to try different things. And along the way, it's going to help you find your beauty identity.
I love that, Jill. I love that. It's just like my Yasmina. She is my spirit animal beauty icon that I follow as well.
Yeah, you got to have inspiration.
Exactly. So then let's get right to it and let's talk about the fixes to get rid of these beauty blahs.
Yeah, I did. I wrote a bunch of fixes down that are actual, tangible fixes. I got all my notes because it's a lot. And what I want to do is first kind of walk you through a few things. And that is, if you're feeling blah with your skin, because that is usually the first place that we tend to say, I feel dull, I don't feel bright. And there's a couple of things. Number one is you can get yourself a color corrector. Now, if you already have red in your skin, this is not for you. You should stay with a green color corrector. But from the fairest to the deepest, you should definitely get yourself something with a violet or a peach. This is immediately going to lift the skin. I don't happen to have one on me. Everything is over at the studio, but just do a little bit of a color corrector and it's going to lift the skin. Number two, just get some luminous drops. You can get them as inexpensive as e.l.f. or you can go all the way up to Becca, but get yourself a luminous drop and just drop it into your moisturizer, drop it into your foundation. So color correct, add a luminous drop in. Also, add some self-tanner. All through winter, like twice a week, I do a drop of self-tanner. I love Bondi self-tanner. I don't know, it's like one of my favorites. Everyone has a favorite, Saint-Tropez, whatever it might be. But take a drop of your moisturizer, a drop of self-tanner, and do it 3, maybe 2 times a week all over, just to add a little warmth to the skin. Then the other thing is I want you to grab a luminous moisturizer. So I want you to know that when we talked about this last week, it did sell out. It's amazing. It's from the Sexiest Beauty. It's one of my obsessions right now. It is her Rose Balm Luminous Face Cream. It's going to be back in stock on 11/7, but if you buy it now, Heather's still honoring and giving us the $10 for every purchase. But I want to show you this because it is unbelievable. It's creamy, it's luxurious, it's 5-star rated. It's loaded with rose and aloe and hyaluronic acid. And without leaving shimmer or mica on the skin, it leaves the most beautiful luminosity and glow. Can you see that, Michelle? I want to make sure everybody can see that.
Oh my God.
How beautiful is that? And it's loaded with rose, which is so soothing on the skin. And if you have redness on the skin, it helps calm it down. So you can wear this under your moisturizer. You can wear it as a moisturizer. You can, mix it with your foundation. You can just wear it alone. My neck tends to get very crepey, so I've been using this a lot on my neck to add reflection. I have it on under my moisturizer right now. So the Sexiest Beauty is Rose Balm. It's unbelievable. So I would say add that to your beauty routine. The other thing you can do is get a Jade Roller. I don't know if y'all have seen Jade Rollers before. Mine broke, so I want to get a new one. They're very, very cool because if you put them in the fridge, I like them when they're cold and they're not expensive. And really what they do is they help with circulation. They help to kind of depuff the skin, especially around the under eye area. They add a little bit of a glow to the skin. They actually assist in your moisturizing products to work better because you're manipulating and you're stimulating and that cold feels really good. So a Jade Roller, which is like $10, is wonderful to have. So definitely,
I'm going to show you the one that you recommended. Here.
Oh, there we go. That's the one that I had used before.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's really simple. It's really simple. I put mine in the fridge and then you just roll away and it adds that circulation, which is so wonderful. The other thing that you can do is I say, take an hour aside and do a complete mask. I mean, like a mask all across your décolleté, your underarms. Like, let's detoxify. There's like some good turmeric scrub masks out there. You can load yourself up with clay or turmeric and just give yourself like a half hour. The Sexiest Beauty has this lip balm mask. It's CBD and you can put it on. It smells really good. And you just put it on all around the lip lines, on the lip, mask yourself everywhere, and then just give yourself a half hour and jump in the shower. You know, detoxifying is a great way to get your skin, stop your skin from looking blah. And all those things are from a skincare level that we talked about. So I want to move into makeup a little bit. There are definitely two things you can do. And one is get yourself a nice warming powder or a very light bronzer. So there's Scott Barnes makes a very nice light, it's like an almost bronzer. I live in Christopher Buckle. This is his warming powder. It comes light, medium, deep. I use the light. And why I love it so much is because, bronzers, when it's in winter, you don't necessarily want your skin to look tan, but what you do want is a healthiness. You want to glow to the skin. You want it to look like you feel good, like you feel brighter. And that's what happens with beauty ruts too, is a lot of it can start with the skin. We just feel the blahs. So I take a big, big brush and I use his everywhere, every day, down the neck. And remember, if you've done a little bit of self-tanner, you are going to get that really nice warmth to the skin that doesn't look like you're trying to fake a tan through the winter. It just gives you,
great.
It's really pretty, right? I love his warming powder. It's completely matte. And you've already got that luminosity if you're using, like the Rose Glow from the Sexiest Beauty. You've got some luminosity under the skin. So this is a nice matte soft on top. Then what I would say is the other thing you can do is blush. Now, Michelle, this is one of my favorites because you live in this blush, but there are two blushes that I grab, but you want to grab yourself a luminous brush. You can see it on your cheeks now, how your cheeks have that luminosity. I know once you turned on to this, you never went back. Look at that. It's so pretty.
So put it in bulk.
I know you did. So when I used to work for Lori Geller, her blushes were always, number one. And the reason that they were this is pink buttercream, all skin tones, is because they have a soft, brilliant light to them without being sparkle. The other one that I love too, Clinique makes something called Cheek Pop. Cheek Pop is so creamy and so delicious, but also has that little bit of a glow to it. So get yourself a blush that has a little bit of a sateen to it. So I'm going to I'm not a big blush girl. I'm kind of a monochromatic girl, but I want to show you the difference. So we've done the warming powder. I've got the Sexiest Beauty Rose Glow Balm. And now I'm going to take a little of the Laura Geller blush and just add just a little bit. I always like to go up and around. And this immediately is going to break you out of a blah because the skin, it looks alive. It looks like, like, oh, I went for a jog, or I drank all my water and I took my vitamins, which we know, we didn't. So it just gives you that boost. You can even just take a little, just across the eyes, nice and light. Do you see what I mean? So it's going to give you that little bit of a sateen boost. So add a sateen blush into your makeup routine for sure.
Love it. Love it. I'm looking at the view on Facebook right now, and you can see you totally just pop right there.
You see it? It just lifts. It just lifts.
Totally.
And that's it. So that's what I would say for the skin. Get a Jade Roller. Get yourself a moisturizer that has this kind of glow to it. Do a little self-tanner. Get a warming powder like Christopher Buckle's very light, easy matte warming powder. And then get a blush that has a little bit of radiance to it. It'll make a really big difference. And detox that skin. Get in there with a good turmeric mask, a good lip mask like Sexiest Beauty CBD, and mask.
Yeah, absolutely. So now our skin's ready.
Yes. Want me to move to under eyes?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So
how many hours of sleep did you get last night?
Well, I don't sleep. And it's really interesting. And I think this is for any woman over a certain age, but especially with survivors and fighters, there's the whole system has not been pushed along naturally. The system has been forced into things. So for fighters and survivors, it's kind of like every day is menopause. You don't feel like you get that natural break from it. So we don't sleep. We're hot. We're cold. I mean, that's every woman, but I feel like we get hit with it a little extra hard. So concealer is definitely going to be a huge difference. But I want to show you two things. Number one is I highly recommend getting yourself a moisturizing under eye with caffeine, like one that's loaded in caffeine. 100% pure. I think I sent it to you, Michelle, is unbelievable. It's a pure vegan brand. It's 100% caffeine. And it really does wake up that under eye and makes it look brighter and makes it feel good, because that's number one is first from a moisturizing level. Yeah, this is the one I use, the coffee bean. I really like that one. So we're going to put the link up for it. That's a brand that I like. I've known them for years and they are 100% pure. So I think they're awesome. So from there, I want you to take your concealer, but we're going to do something different with it. So I have a little bit of a MAC concealer here, but this is a Clinique chubby stick. It's called Sculpting Highlight. So I think that the problem with heavy liquid highlighters is that they're not easy to use everywhere. Like they kind of have one job, and that's to be mixed in all over. But when you want to do specific areas, you want something that has a little bit more of a cream base to it. So I do like this. I don't have my glasses on, but we'll see what we can do over here. So basically, I don't really have concealer on. Here's what I like to do, especially if I haven't slept. I take a little bit of the chubby stick highlighter. I go under the eye. And again, this is cream, so it's great. So now I'm adding radiance without getting heavy liquid shine under the eye. And then I just take a little of my concealer. And then I go back in and blend them out. And that's it. And what that's going to do, I'm laughing I'm like, I can't see without my glasses, but you're going to be my eyes, Michelle. You're going to tell me what's happening.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Anything could be happening right now. Here we go. There we go. I got it. So see how immediately that, whoop,
Yeah.
it wakes you up. It lifts you up. So adding a little bit of highlighter to underneath the eye without it being excessive is a great way to really lift and brighten. Yeah.
Big time.
It really does.
Bright.
It really does.
Big time.
So definitely a caffeine moisturizer, something with a little bit of, you know, like a little bit of a glimmer to it, like a cream, something like that really works. So that's what I would do for the under eyes. So again, you'll notice I'm mixing flats and I'm mixing radiance. You don't want too much of everything. You don't want everything to be radiant and you don't want everything to be flat. If you're in a beauty rut, or if you're in a beauty blah, you want to make little tweaks, things that make you feel better, different hair, trying a hair color, trying a different haircut, trying different jewelry, you know, go back to the vision board I talked about. But on the makeup, it's subtle changes when it comes to skin. You don't want on the skin anything dramatic.
We did the skin, we did the under eyes. What about
lips?
The lips.
So I think when it comes to lips, we all feel very, we want to stay in a safe place. And but it also at the same time, that can be one of the reasons you're having a beauty blah, is because you're like, well, this is my lip, I wear it every day. And it may be your signature, but sometimes it's nice to break out. So for instance, you know, Michelle, I wear, obviously, nude is my go-to. So this is Naughty Nude from the Sexiest Beauty, which is a great nude. It's my favorite from them. It's what I wear 99% of the time. So there's two things you can do. Oh, I washed my brush and now the hairs are coming out.
I was like, did one of my hairs get over to your house?
I'm like, oh, please. Then it would be like this.
My poor children.
I know, it's everywhere.
And everything.
That's funny. So there's two things you can do. You can either, one, if you don't want to do anything outrageous, get yourself a gorgeous shiny lip gloss, because everything's very glossy this year. So this is the Sexiest Beauty. This is their high shine lip gloss, the DSL. Again, even if you just purchased a lip gloss from the Sexiest Beauty, they would give us $10. It's so generous. Now, I post about this all the time because it's my favorite. I want to show you the high shine and what you get. Look at this. And then I'm going to move to another color, but wow.
It just pops right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So that's a great way to break out of, if you're having what I call lip blah, like, oh, I've been wearing the same color and I'm kind of bored with it. Do a nice, shiny, clear lip gloss. That'll really take it up a notch and help break you out of a routine or a habit. The other thing that you can do is to completely change your color. But go on your vision board and find your safety net. So for me, on my vision board, while everything is very beige and nude and Brigitte Bardot and Jean Seberg, and I happen to love those looks, I do have a couple up there of, like, you know, the Marilyn red, things that are like that really beautiful raspberry red that also make me feel sexy. I just don't wear them all the time. But so I'm going to just very quickly blot and show you one of my favorite reds. Michelle, this is Sexiest Beauty. It's called Racy Ruby, and it's a matte shine. It's really beautiful, and it looks great with the blush. Look at this. It's a what we would call a nude brown pink red.
Love it.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah,
And I think that those are safe colors that can also help break you out of the blah. So if you're already wearing a red, try a nude. But if you're living in a nude, try to go to the opposite ends. Let me put a little of that on. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer. I'm not going to take everything off, but just to give you the idea.
You are the master. You are the master of lips,
'Cause
eyebrows, eyes, all.
Because I draw them in under my nose. I'm just going to take a little liner to it.
Look at that. Love it.
There we go. So you see what I mean? It's a very, I'm going to take my glasses off. It's a very, now I can't see anything, but it's a very safe red. And I think that in a beauty blah, if you don't want to go too crazy, this is a very safe place to go by going the opposite. So really, to kind of cap it all off, when you're feeling blah, you definitely want to build yourself a vision board, things that you want to try, things that you feel safe with, but things that you want to try. Make sure to incorporate those things into your beauty routine, even if it's just once a day. For the skin, really break out and do something different, like give yourself that full-on mask that goes to your underarms, all of it. Detox the skin. Use a Jade Roller to get the lymphatic system moving. You know what? Add a little bit of self-tanner to your moisturizer. Go back and repeat. Add a little bit of a bronzy, a warming powder more than a bronze, but something that just gives that skin a little bit of depth. Use a sateen blush, something that has a shine to it. You know, switch out your moisturizer or add to it with something like the Sexiest Beauty Rose Balm. I mean, this is just so decadent, so creamy. Try something different on your lip. I mean, these are things that you can do to really just break out of that rut. And it just, you'll feel good and you feel pretty. And it's kind of about finding a little bit more about who you are. That's what it's about when you're a survivor and a fighter. It's about really figuring out what makes you feel beautiful.
I love it. I love it. And just for the audience outside, I wanted to show you on our website, we have a page that is dedicated to beauty and breast cancer. And it just didn't load. Oh, I love Mercury retrograde. I'm going to try to bring it up again. And that's where you'll find all the links to what Jillian's talking about, and some past podcasts that she's had, and some past shows with the Sexy Survivor and beauty tutorials, and all of her recommendations for any of the products that she talked about today too. So that's on our website, and it's called Beauty and Breast Cancer, and it's Jillian's section.
I love to, someone, and everyone's like, hi. I want to say hi to everybody out there, Marcy and Joan. I see you. Everybody is like, yay. Kim, hi, Kim. Sharon, Raquel, Mia's wearing Racy Red. Mia's a great name, by the way. Racy Red, it's great, right? Heather's out there, of course. I want to show the cream one more time. I actually just got a text from somebody I know who was like, can you just show the cream one more time? Because I said, absolutely. But I do have something on my face, but I want to show you. So again, this was out of stock. It flew off Heather's shelf, but she's going to have it back in sooner than expected. So if you buy it now, it should be in within a few weeks. So I'm just going to use a little bit. I'm going to put it on my skin before we sign off because I want to show you this. It's so highly reviewed.
It smells so good. Magical.
It's really magical. You do smell the rose. It has that classic rose smell to it. And I love that because they do say stop and smell the roses, because it means stop, take a minute, and smell the roses. They're beautiful. They're calming. Can you see that on my skin?
Totally.
Perfect. So it's great under makeup, over makeup. Heather, if you're watching, when you making one for the whole body? I want like head to toe in that bad boy. So yeah. Absolutely. So I think that's where I got that whole holiday implant in my head, because we were talking about your stocking and what you wanted in your stocking, and I think that was one of the items that you said, let me tell my husband. Yes. Are you kidding? I had a bunch of stuff. I'm like, because I'll be out of that by then. So I'm like, so all good.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. And I am able to just quickly pull up the page just so our viewers can get a little view of Jillian's page, which is Beauty and Breast Cancer right here. And you would just click on that and scroll down and find all of her information, which is spectacular. And you can even direct message Jillian at that point too.
And you know what? I know we think we're not, I want to just fingers crossed, but I want to tease next week's guest. Yeah.
How are you going to tease it?
Well, you know, I don't know for a lot of you that remember when I was on QVC or times we were with Lisa Robertson, but next week we think we have her, fingers crossed, is Dana Bledsoe. Dana is amazing. If you haven't seen her blog, Dana, This Is My Moment. Dana is a stage 4 metastatic survivor for the past 5 years. She is a miracle, and she has such a great story, and she's so inspiring. She's on QVC all the time for Dr. Perricone, and we just love her, and we love letting her just inspire us and empower us. So she's agreed to come on next week. So we're excited to have her. So we'll definitely be teasing Dana.
Yes. I can't wait. I can't wait.
She's awesome.
She's a handful.
Yes, she is. Get ready.
She is a handful. So if you have any questions that you want to pre-send us, that would be great. If you have questions for Jillian or questions for Dana or just questions in general, because we have lots of answers and definite opinions. And we would love to hear your comments for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jill, do you feel as though we covered everything to get rid of these blahs?
I do, especially the vision board, especially the Rose Glow Balm, and especially just doing those little tricks I gave you to kind of update along the way. And yes, girl, with that sexy booty and those, I love even the tag on it. It's fabulous.
Love it.
I love it. It's so great. And I'm wearing the shirt you gave me because we are all crazy space cats, and that makes me so happy.
That is for sure. That is for sure. So without further ado, we would love to say to all of you, Stay strong.
Stay positive.
Stay positive.
You are beautiful. We love you guys. Thank you for the support.